Halen, hello, Chief Leshai, students, families, and community. Welcome to our first Lunchtime Tech Webinar. My name is Don Brummett. I am Director of Instructional Technology here at Chief Leshai. And first, I just wanted to come on and thank you for all of your patience and understanding in this unprecedented time. So last spring really threw a challenge at us on how do we continue to educate our children in this online world and with all the uncertainty around us. So we had already had in place a 3-year plan for device implementation for students, but because of the pandemic and everything else, we kind of had to crunch that into a 3-week window. So again, we appreciate all your flexibility and understanding as we work through this. So over the summer, after reevaluating what we did in the spring, we have, as an organization, CLS has come up with an online learning approach that we truly believe provides an equitable opportunity for students in every family. So in that quest to provide those opportunities, we've had to adopt some new technologies to better serve our students that we weren't using in the spring. We continue to use Microsoft Teams and Imagine Learning, but now we've also incorporated products like our Bookshelf and Learning.com, Star Testing, and Schoology and Clever, and a few others actually. So first of all, I want to thank our school board and community for the financial and just support all the way around what we're trying to do for our students. We were able to go one-to-one. Every student has a device, and in addition to that, we were able to take some of the computers we had here at the school, and we were able to donate 67 desktop computers and monitors to the youth center to be handed out to families as well. So we really are trying to make sure that we put technology in the hand of every student and give them every opportunity we can to learn in this environment. So along with that comes challenges, obviously. So as you see above me, you can't see my fingers, but every person that's talking to you today will have this background, and it has our help desk phone number on it. So please, any and every question you have, please feel free to call us. And you have been calling us. So since the beginning of school, we've seen over 770 phone calls and 540 emails to our help desk line. So again, I want to thank all of our technology team here who we've all had to field those calls, figure it out with you, and get students back on track. And so I really want to, again, thank everybody and let every student and family know that we do miss you here. If we had our druthers, we'd much rather have you on campus with us, but that's just not a possibility right now. So I'm going to pass it off to our Teaching for Learning team here in a minute, Melissa and Todd. And Todd's going to start us off, and he's going to walk you through the Clever and what that is, Imagine Learning. As you know, most of you had to come on campus so we can update that. So Todd's going to take that over. But again, I just want to thank all of you, the community, the school board, the tribe, for the support and helping us build a foundation under these students to help them be successful in every way we can. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to Todd Snyder, member of our Teaching for Learning team, and he's going to take it away. Todd?
All right. It is great to be here with you all today. I'm here, as Don said, to talk to you about 2 of our programs. The first one is called Clever, and Clever is a single point log on that allows you to get into all of your other programs. So basically, once you log into Clever, you're going to be able to see and get into all of the other learning tools that we mentioned. So as you can see on my screen, most of you on a school computer will have an icon with a giant C on it that looks like this. And this is how you get to the Clever website, by clicking on that. If you have not had a chance to update your computer and bring it onto campus, or you don't see that icon, please use the number above my head here to give technology a call. And there's also some instructions on our website on how to get to that Clever link. so that you can log in and get to all of the other sites. So once you click on the Clever link, it's going to take you to a login page, and it'll take just a minute for that to pull up. And when you get to that login page, it's going to prompt you for your username and email address. The email address is going to be your first dot last name, followed by clswarriors.org. So that is the same login that you're using for your computer. Your password is your first initial of your first name, followed by the first initial of your last name, and then your date of birth using 2 digits for the month, day, and year. Once you get logged in, you'll come to a page that looks like this. You'll see some teacher pages at the top. Below that, you'll see some more applications. And these are a lot of those resources that Don was just talking about. So you have ARC Bookshelf, where you can get a list of online books to be able to read, so that you can read every day and have a whole library at your fingertips. You have some Imagine Learning products, which are these 3 right here that I'll be talking about a little bit more today, as well as some other options like right here, you can get into Office 365, which is where you can access Microsoft Teams, as well as some of the other projects. One of our assessment pieces, Star 360, is right here that we're finishing up this week, and we'll be continuing to use throughout the year. And then there's a couple others that are on here, like Schoology, where you'll get into some class information and that kind of thing that Melissa will be talking about a little bit later. So once you enter into Clever, the other program that I'm going to talk to you about today is Imagine Language and Literacy, Imagine Math, and Imagine Math Facts. And there's also an Imagine Reading, but I'm really going to focus on kind of these 3 right here. Imagine Language and Imagine Math are some programs that really support students' learning when they're not directly working with our teachers. So during some of their asynchronous time, which is kind of independent work, or even after class is over, students can be working on this program as sort of their homework practice in a way. Imagine Language and Literacy focuses on their reading and writing skills and a lot of the literacy skills that they're going to need to be successful. What's really nice about both Imagine Language and Imagine Math is they both level and address exactly what your student needs, whether it be filling in gaps that they might have or building and growing their skills to the next level. To get the most growth and to get the most benefit out of both Imagine Language and Imagine Math, students should be spending 20 minutes a day on each of those programs. So about 100 minutes a week of Imagine Language and Literacy, and about 100 minutes a week of Imagine Math to really reap the most benefit and be able to really grow their skills in those areas. Once they're done with Imagine Math and Imagine Language, then sort of the icing on the cake is this program over here called Imagine Math Facts, especially for some of our younger students. It's a game-based math fact fluency program that works with addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And I even have a middle school student who's struggling with some of those areas, and he loves to go in and practice those skills on Imagine Math Facts to strengthen the gaps that he has at that level. So 3 great programs to be using every day. Again, Imagine Language and Imagine Literacy, 20 minutes a day on each program. Imagine Math Facts, that icing on the cake, is a bonus. And essentially, to get into any of these programs, once you are in Clever, all I have to do is click on the icon, and it's automatically going to take me to that program. I don't have to enter another password, especially after there may be one exception. The first time I log in, there's a couple programs that may ask for a password, but once I've logged in, I am set to go, and all the passwords are exactly the same as you use to log in. So here I am, just to click, ready to start Imagine Language and Literacy and do 20 minutes of practice. So I hope that's helpful to you. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to email us or give us a call at that tech line, and we'll make sure we get your questions answered. And with that, I'm going to pass it over to my teammate, Melissa Ryan, who's going to talk to you about one of our other programs.
So thanks, Todd, for that, and good day, everyone. And like Todd said, my name is Melissa Ryan, and I am new to this amazing place here at Chief Leshai. I am an instructional coach, mainly helping out on the elementary side. But one thing that I do get to do is I get to work with teachers on Schoology. So I'm going to kind of go through that with you here in just a little bit, families, on how we are using Schoology here at Chief Leshai. So when, just like Todd said, when logging in through Clever, on the dashboard on Clever, there is this S symbol that's right here. We can double click on that and it should take you straight into Schoology. However, if there is a problem the first time and you are needing to log on, you will use the exact same logon information as your student does when they turn on their device. So as Todd mentioned before, that login information is just the first name dot last name at clswarriors.org. And then the password is the student's initials, and then their birthday and the 2-digit month, 2-digit day, 2-digit year format. If your student does have a hyphenated name, it is usually just the first part of their hyphenated name to be able to get into our items, our online curriculum here at Chief Leshai. So I am logged in here as this awesome person, Harry Potter, right over here. You'll know when you are in as your student because you will see your student's name here as well as a snippet of their picture if we have one. So here's Harry Potter, and this is the course dashboard. So these are all of his courses, and you would see all of your students' courses or subjects here in this area. One other thing you'll notice is on the right side is a feed, and this is a layout is a lot like Facebook's layout. So you have some upcoming assignments, and you'll see here each of those due dates and when they're due is above, as well as up here we'll be listing anything that is overdue. So there are some overdue assignments, and then your student can click and go straight to those overdue assignments and complete that work from this overdue section. So this is the upcoming feed for all of the subjects and all of the courses within this dashboard. When you go into an individual class, so I'm going to go into this make-believe course here, just go into it by clicking on it, and this is our make-believe Hogwarts course. But now my upcoming feed is just to this particular course. So as you can see, Harry Potter doesn't have anything that is past due for this course, just some upcoming work items. Each class material will be here in this section. The folders are laid out in dates, and then within those folders, I'll go ahead and click on this week's folder. They are, within there are the days of the week for that class. So this week, today, Thursday, I'm gonna go ahead and just click right on today's and open it. And you can see that here is a discussion, an assignment that the student for this day on this Thursday today would be responsible for. So the teacher will post it and then also give some additional information. To reach that assignment, you just click right on it and it takes you to the assignment. So here, this teacher is posted discussion, and after reading chapter 7 in your textbook, please answer the following questions. So here's the questions. The student then could write their answer, type it up right here into the comment box to answer those questions. One thing that I have had some teachers and some other families ask is when students post, and I'm just going to quickly type in so you can see, when students post, your student can see their answers here. However, when other students log in, this is blocked out and it says anonymous. So students cannot see each other's answers when it is a discussion unless the teacher has turned on that feature. So I'm going to head back now and go back out to our class feed that we saw on the beginning of the course. And students have two options. They can go into that folder just like I showed you to be able to see an assignment, or students and families, you can also go straight to the assignments on this side for that class. So I'm going to go straight to this assignment because it is for today. So I'm going to go through that. And again, the teacher has posted directions. So please take a picture of your finished workbook page and submit the photo. So instead of writing in here that they've done it, this teacher is asking them to submit the actual photo. Teachers have gone through with students and asked them to create folders on their desktops for each of their classes. So I have also created a folder. So I have already created an assignment that's a fake assignment for this. So I'm going to say submit assignment just as a student would. And then up clicks this. This works a lot like as when you attach something in an email or if you were to upload a photo onto Facebook. So I'm going to upload the picture that I took. So it's from a file because teachers are asking students to create that file on their desktop. So I'm going to click that. And then just like an email, if you're getting it from somewhere else, it will go to my desktop here. And I'm actually going to go through. I have created this period 1 math, just as students have been asked to do. I'm going to open that. And then here's that Eureka Math workbook page. So then I can click on it and hit open. It will attach it. Once it's gone from orange back to this white, you know it's attached. And then you can hit submit. So on this is submit, then the student will see that they have submitted an assignment and it will show on time, or it will also show late if it is past due. If a student has realized, oh no, I just submitted the wrong page, that was last week's, they can come through here and click the resubmit button and go through all of those steps again to get the correct one. Another thing parents are wanting to know about is grades and how grades are going for their students. So on the left side in each course, there is this grades. So if we click on that, it will take you to a page that is for that current grades in that course. You can see right here overall, Harry's got a B. He's doing a pretty good job. Then the grades are broken down into two sections. One, we have this section here, formative, and you can see in the formative, Harry's getting a B minus. I'm going to scroll down here to the bottom where you can see the summative. You can see Harry's getting a B plus. The difference between the formative and summative. Formative are those things that teachers are giving as we're going through, checking progress, seeing if kids are doing those assignments as we're going through, making sure that kids are actively maintaining that knowledge that's being presented. Summative assessments are kind of end of the year course, end of the unit course assessments or chapter tests, kind of the overall. So these are weighted a little bit differently. For the high school, summative, the end of the unit or end of chapter assessments are rated at 75%, and the formative is rated at 25% of the grade. In elementary, you'll see this being at 50% and summative being at 50%. So that is the difference here between those two parts, but together, that's where this top overall grade comes from. One other thing I would like to draw your attention to in here within the grades is this year, Chief Flesheye is moving towards a standards-based grading model where we are using not percentages or numbers correct or wrong, but on a standard. So the standards go up from ranging from 4 by half steps, so 4, 3.5, 3, here's a 2.5, 2, 1.5, 1, and a 0.4. And I'll talk about this 0.4 here in just a second. Our goal for students is to be a 3. We're really striving to get that 3, which is meeting standard. So if you see your student has a 3 out of 4, that means that they are meeting standard. A 4 out of 4 would they have gone above and beyond what the expectation is. If it's below a 3, that might be an area that the student is needing some growth opportunities, some extra work in. but I do want to bring attention to this 0.4 here. The 0.4 is not that it's 0.4 tenths of a point or lower. This means that there was no evidence. This is what is being in place of a 0 or a missing assignment from now on. So with this 0.4, this is saying that the teacher has not received any evidence, has not seen any work for this particular assignment from that student. So with those 0.4s, you can go through and see students won't need to go back and find that missing assignment. When they see that, they can click right here and know I can access that assignment. So I click right on that assignment since it's missing. And Mr. Harry Potter did do that one, but I took it off. He could resubmit that assignment if needed be, but I'm actually going to go back. Sorry about that. Let's go back to a one that's on this 0.4 on our Eureka one. So if it was missing, he could click right on here and he would be able to submit. So I had changed the grades for this model expectation, but if this was blank, he could hit the submit button right from this location and upload that assignment just as I showed you a minute ago, as if you were attaching an email or if you are putting a picture up on Facebook, clicking on it, adding that attachment, and then hitting submit. And if we were pretending this wasn't here, this would show up late because it was that 0.4. So it would show up late. But here at Chief Lesha, we are always accepting late work. So it does not matter if it comes in late or not. Students have the opportunity to show that they have met standard and have show what they know at any time. So even though whether the assignment is on time or if it's late, teachers will accept that and then can apply that to their grade and their knowledge. So thank you so much for coming today and letting me walk you through a little bit of an overview of our Schoology. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Tracy.
My name is Tracy Pitzer, and I am part of the Teaching for Learning team. I am the Director of Instructional Support, and we are just really thrilled that you are here watching this and helping us to get better at what we do. We will continue to reach out and provide support to families and students in accessing their education while we are learning away from school. And I would just like to leave you with a thought for yourselves and your family to please watch over yourselves. And thank you so much again for being here this afternoon.